So this is the cheapest Strat that I could find, I think. At least anything that is worth checking out. So this is the Harley Benton ST-20HSS, meaning it has a humbucker and 2 single coils. And ST stands for Strat, obviously. But it is finished in this matte black, which looks really good. Looks so good. I was amazed. I think the price of this in US dollars is something like 80 bucks. It's absolutely ridiculous. I was expecting a pretty terrible guitar, to be honest, but I've tried other Harley Bentons at a higher price range and those were pretty good, so I decided to take the chance and buy one of these and just test it out. So I made a video initially when I unboxed it and just tested it quickly, and I was not very impressed with the setup. The build quality is pretty great for the price. The setup was terrible, really bad. So what I've done is I have taken those very spaghetti loose thin strings. It was probably like a 8 to 42 something. They were so thin you can't even play it. Like even just barely pressing down on the fret made it go out of tune. So I put 1046, which I think is the optimal string gauge for this type of guitar, at least in a standard E tuning. So I put those in. I set the neck relief to make it straight, or just barely bowed, because the fret job is not perfect, so I had to have the neck go a little bit forward, which is okay, it's not too bad. And then I lowered the action to make it medium low. It's not super low, but it's about medium maybe. Then I set the intonation, and after that, the one thing that I did as well is I took the springs for the bridge, because there's actually a tremolo bar. I took the springs and I tightened them so that the bridge stays down completely. If you put the whammy bar on, you can actually still use it, but I prefer just being completely back so it doesn't affect the tuning at all. So it's super stable like this. That is literally the only thing I've done to the guitar. I haven't changed or swapped out anything. Everything is just the way it is. I've only used regular tools, I guess, to just, fix basically just a setup issue. Minor fret ends that were cutting a bit, I fixed that by polishing it a little bit, sanding it down with super duper fine sandpaper, so you don't even see, there's no marks left on the side of the neck, so you can't see it. I think we should go and see what the guitar sounds like with a medium cleanish tone. That's the bridge pickup, and it's, I guess, medium output. It's not super hot, but it's not weak anyways. This is definitely a guitar good enough for any beginner, easily. But you have to set it up. Oh yeah, I did actually take the pickups and just slightly lower them. They were too close to the strings. So let's check out the neck pickup. I can't play it the way he plays it, John Mayer. Okay, so now I'm going to go through the different pickup tones, starting with the bridge. And now the guitar is set up nicely, so we should have a good indication of what the guitar sounds like. then the bridge and the middle pickup together. Middle pickup. Middle and neck pickup. And then the neck pickup. So all in all, these pickups are actually sounding pretty decent for someone who's starting out. You're not getting a completely terrible tone, but the thing that I do notice is that, for example, there's quite a bit of a volume difference between the bridge and the middle and the neck, simply because it's two single coils versus a humbucker, and humbuckers are just louder. That's just the way they are. So what happens when you go from the bridge to any of the other settings, you're losing a bit of volume. Also, what I've noticed is that they do kind of lack a little bit of low end, but at the same time it's not that terrible, because I was kind of expecting the low end to be very muddy and very inarticulate, or I don't know, like just not very good. So having less low end for me is better than having too much of it, or like a very bad low end, I guess. So yeah, like the neck here, you can hear it's like, it's very tame, but usable for sure. So as a beginner or amateur, good enough for sure. I think we should try out some medium gain tones maybe, and see if the guitar is decent in that regard. So now we have a cranked AC30 for this medium kind of crunchy gain tone. Not terrible. Neck. Let's go for some higher gain tones, drop it to D and see what happens. It's actually a pretty decent guitar. I'm amazed with what you get for this price. If you're a beginner and you're looking for something that is pretty kick-ass, you know, in terms of looks, but sounds good, you got it right here. If you don't know how to set it up, and if you don't know anyone who can do it for you, or if you can't afford, you know, taking it to a shop that will do it for you, then I guess maybe like a Squier would be better, because they're usually pretty decently well set up. Consider subscribing. I would appreciate that. So thanks, and until next time, stay tuned.